Hello and welcome to this zone's edition of the Zone video. Doing this a slightly retarded way, but hopefully the audio will sync. If it doesn't sync, it'll get to the end and I'll be talking about stuff that's not happening. It's always a good sign. Anyway, we have a game, head-to-head. Schooled United and Right Blade. Everyone likes beating OTT, so why not watch a video of him losing, assuming we're going to win. Anyway, so that's my initial tactic that I'm playing in the current sim. I'm just going to adjust it a bit for this head-to-head sim. So the changes I'm making, I've put Wattman a bit wider. He's my support striker. I've just put my two attacking mids a bit more defensively, because one of the things about this sim is that a more normal, inverted commas, normal formation tends to do better than less normal ones. So we have the screen. Hopefully this is syncing properly. So just my team, what tactical options we have available. Jonty Paul is obviously going to keep the whole game. Do not have a sub keeper. Kyle is average defender, a speedy defender, and an awesome defender, if I do say so myself. I have Larry Edwards playing as a defensive mid because of his tackling and ball control. He doesn't have enough shooting to play in my midfield at this point. It's something I'll work on in the future. And Ren Habo, who doesn't have enough speed to play midfield, doesn't have enough shooting to play midfield as well. So I've got my two defensive mids. They've both got ball control and tackling, which I consider the two most important skills for defensive mids. Salcedo, who can obviously play up front should we need him. He's going to play midfield for most of the game, in that central midfield role. I play him there for his shooting abilities. It's quite nice when he scores. McInnes on the left here. Not really much to say, fairly average in my team. And Neville Ross here on the right. He tends to play as my winger, but because he's my only winger that I can play. Attackingly, I obviously had Hebo, who had aerial passing as well, but the rest of my players all don't. So it's a bit difficult to put him on wings. I've just put him where I've put him. Here's Wattman, slow striker. Tends to play, he's basically my decoy, try and draw defenders towards him. That's why he's playing slightly deeper than the jewel of the team, Bigford Bundy. 9 speed, 8 ball control, 10 shooting, only 7 PI, 8 stamina. You know, he's going to score a lot of goals. Unfortunately, I don't have the stats on OTT's team, so I can't really analyze that. Anyway, he's playing a 3-2, I think, formation at the moment to start with. Anyway, Salcedo, Bundy shot. Not going anywhere, so keeper. Don't know any of OTT's players. Forgotten if you can get the names up or not. I don't think you can. It's just all numbers. Anyway. So I'm obviously playing a short passing tactic because, as you may have worked out, I don't really have the aerial passing in my team to play long balls or wing play. Obviously I've only got one winger. You can't really play wing play with one winger. So I'm going to play short passing. That's a good play. Wattman's missed with his 10 shooting. Anyway, so my defensive mids are going to cover his attacking. Yeah, okay, so I got him pretty well covered to start with. And obviously playing with the attacking mentality, they tend to pass the ball up the field quite quickly. So that's how I play in the current sim, is quite counter-attacking with short passing. So it's probably how I'm going to play when the sim comes around as well. Unlucky there, double chance. So the main thing in this early stage to me seems that my midfielders So my number 10 and number 47, that's McInnes and Ross, are doing quite well because they're quite free. 7 shots, so we're doing pretty well overall. Watman's not really getting in the game too much, so I'm going to move him more centrally, see if he draws a couple more guys. Don't need to change too much because we're doing pretty well. Yes, obviously one of the other main differences you can see between the teams is I've got 13 passes at 92%. That's going to be something like 12 out of 13 complete. Although he's dominating possession, but I think that might be more to do with the fact his keeper has had so much of the ball. So it's kind of a false positive there for him. Be interesting to see what OTT does. He's obviously not had too much in terms of the run of play. I'm not sure what tactic he's playing. It's kind of hard to pick it. I would guess he's playing short passing just because he's OTT and wouldn't want to experiment with anything unusual. Obviously I can't really play the others because of my team. Oh, here's the substitutes bench. I don't think I covered that earlier. So, okay, midfielder with no form, decent defender, a decent striker, although he kind of lacks PI and ball control. I'm trying to turn him into a winger actually, but it's not going too well. Nick Roberts, who doesn't have enough form, and Parryman, who actually does have enough form, but he's average at best. Anyway, here's the game. Back on. Try and spot any changes OTT's made. Oh, come on, yes! Oh, that would have been a good play. Little 1-2 there between Bundy and Watman. But it didn't work, which is lame. I think, I've got a feeling he might be playing the attacking mentality as well, just based on how quickly his players are passing the ball up the field. Because they're not really looking to pass it back, which I would expect more to happen with the other. Still got my guys streaming forward quite well. His central midfielder looks to be a little bit better placed than my central midfielder. So I might have to adjust that next up. Or next 15. Oh no, he's won a free kick. Yeah, okay, so it's doing a bit better in this 15. What I might do also is move my defensive midfielders a little bit wider to cover his midfielders. So how it's playing out is basically, rather than our midfielders both covering each other, we seem to have our defensive midfielders. Yeah, so my 47 and 10 are going to be covered by his 3 and 33, and his 38 and 32, I'm just going to move my 2 defensive midfielders a bit wider to cover his attacking midfielders, slightly attacking midfielders. That is something worth noticing actually. The fact that you only need to put your guys slightly into attack for them to basically resemble an attacking midfielder. I think I adjusted my central midfielder already. Slightly. So I'm going to aim for my central midfielder to cancel out his central midfielder. My 2 defensive midfielders will cancel out his attackers. I haven't moved anything around in attack this time around. Alright. What I probably should have done is zoom the screen out so I can tell if he's making any moves or not. Pretty even game so far. I've gone down to 66% for passing, unfortunately. Alright, so here we go. Cosborough to Watman. Watman has a crazy shot. Didn't have anything on. Oh, Bill just picked up a yellow. Oh, that's a good play. The free kick. Be interesting to see how well free kicks handle. The only thing about moving my defensive mids wider is that it means that the ground passes to his strikers are going to be easier to play. So I've just noticed a couple of times there his midfield is now playing the ball along the ground to his strikers. But I think my defenders should be able to handle that 3-on-2. Besides, my DMs are playing pretty well. Pass it, pass it, pass it! He was free! Selfish Bundy, selfish. Okay, so I might have to think about chucking a couple of guys wide if we don't score, just for something different, because he's only playing free at the back. So I'd have to chuck Neville Ross, 47, and probably my 7 as well. He's the only other bloke with any aerial passing to speak of. Yes! Haha! Score 1. Take that, OTT. Just friggin' scored. Haha. Oh, what a poor kickoff by his team as well. Anyway, alright, so scratch that remark about having to play wing play. I think I'll just stick to this short passing game, seeing as we're 1-0 up already. Just before the break. Don't think I'll change anything at the half. It was worth thinking about moving Ross, but I don't think so. See if I can get Watman into the game a bit more, move them more up front. Actually, since Bundy's right-left, I should switch these two around. 5-3-0, yeah, not really. How would I think of that? I think I switched them around. Yeah, I did. There we go. Because Watman's right only and Bundy is right or left, which is a significant advantage. That Bundy can play on either side. So what I've done with my strikers here is I've tried to free up Bundy from being marked by that central defender of OTTs. So hopefully what will happen is Watman will attract that central defender and drag him towards our right wing, and thus leaving Bundy more free to score. Just looking at the bench, I've got Walkington to bring on in that Watman role. Quite a good passer and a decent shot. Pity about his ball control. Haven't bothered training that too much. Comes on late in games typically for me, so it's not too big an issue. Tend to try to play him in roles where he's just got to hold the ball up and pass it. Pincini will be my defensive option should I need him, which I might. We'll see how we go. Anyway, OTT's team kicks off. They lose the ball straight away. We give it straight back. Let's look for any changes he's made. Doesn't look like anything too drastic. McInnes now with the ball, plays Bundy. Bundy's through, tactic working, but not quite. Bell tries to play McInnes. Good save, clearance. Don't like Bundy coming down that far. We're not going to have too many options at this. What man? Shot save. Bundy! Yes! Haha! Okay, so that wasn't exactly how I expected Bundy to score again, but what's happened there is he's gone down the field and he's just run into that position I just put him in, and he was unmarked because defense being attracted to Whatman, and got a bit lucky with the rebound of the shot, but yeah, so what probably going to look like happening if I keep this attack is 33, his defensive midfielder will cut off the ground passes to Bundy. But anything, if we can get anything over the back, Bundy should be through. Dagriggstar, Salcedo wins a free kick. So OTT may have pushed his attacking mids wider. Anyway, his Kyle passes, doesn't really find anyone. Alright. So, time to start thinking about subs, probably either this turn or next turn. I think I'll wait till next turn, seeing as we're 2-0 up. And we're still going quite well. OTT, just sort of tick next to his name, which is code for he hasn't made any changes either. If I were OTT, I would have made a few changes there, I reckon. Most notably, probably he needs more support, I reckon. But obviously those two defensive... the 3-2 setup is basically still gonna be the dominant playing style, I think, on this new sim. Particularly as teams, the older teams will be all trained up for passing and short passing tactics. Just thinking about my subs, so I'll substitute Whatman off, which kind of implies that I'll bring Walkington on, because he's my sub-striker. And to cover off my central defender's lack of stamina, slight lack of stamina, I'll bring Pincini on. So, at this point, if we go another goal up, well, situation changes. Might do something else. Anyway. So, I think his attacking midfielders are now wider and more attacking, so he's playing more of a 3-2-1-4 formation. He's just picked my defense apart there, but he's missed. He's playing his players a bit wider to stretch my 3-man defense, which is going to be the only real way to defeat what the hell word is defeat a 3-2 setup. Anyway, he plays it wide. One man, Bundy's through if we can. No. Plays him now. Can't win it. Ross. What man? Nothing much. Something happened. Yeah, okay, Bundy's being pretty well beaten by that 33. Oh, that's not good. Good save. Tactical changes on that. I might switch to a 5-man defense to cover off his 4-man attack. Oh, Bundy, come on! Come on! Useless. 10 shooting. Can't even score a 1-on-1 breakaway. Hosberg's going to play... yeah, Bundy's being too easily marked by his defensive midfielders. I'm going to have to move him back central. Oh, what a pass! Just as I said that, he's just in the perfect position for Neville Ross to play him through. He might score here, so I'm going to gamble and say he's going to score here and switch to a 5-man defense to cover off OTT's 4-man attack. So I'm going to bring Pincini on. He's going to play in the middle because he's got high PI and he's fresh, obviously. Going to have to move Edwards to be out of the midfield so I don't get that playing too many men back problem. And also, I don't think OTT's mids are going to be attacking anymore. Particularly, I've got 5-man in defense, so his 4-man attack will probably struggle against this. I'm hoping they struggle. I'll stay attacking because that'll keep my team counter-attacking, which is what I want. Just in case Bundy can pick up another goal. We'll see. Alright, so 5-man defense, which I don't think you would ever see in the current sim, because there's just no point playing wing play and your 4-man defense can cover off any 3-man attack, although I'm anticipating OTT's going to put all his men up front to try and get a result. You know, trying to play to win. You've got to play to win. Play to win. So, hopefully. So, yeah, I am gambling a bit that Bundy scores here, because, well, 2-0 lead is good, but if I can go 3-0 up, I have 5 in defense. It'll be pretty hard to score 3 times, even in this head-to-head sim, which is known for its high scoring games. We will see. The anticipation is killing me. He's gonna score. He has to score. He scores! Haha, yes. Goal! 3-0, and that's probably the game. Hahaha. Alright, so yeah, subbing Watman off. On comes Pincini. Number 14. Adjusted midfield. So now, how is OTT's team going to play this one? Quite like this actually, because now his 2 strikers, before it was his 2 attacking midfielders on the wing stretching my 3-man defense, but now with those 2 wing backs, kind of puts, well, makes those 2 wide plays for him not really very useful at all. Anyway, Bundy, no. So yes, one thing I am noticing is if your defenders are marked up. Hold on, yes. Alright, so this thing's still working, right? I have no idea if this is still working. I swear if this isn't working. Anyway, Salcedo, Ross. Yeah, so one thing I was noticing is that if your defenders are marking their attackers, they tend to win. Well, in football identity terms, I'd call it a fight for ball. I'd say that's because tackling comes into whether you make the interception or not. Yeah, he's pushed his attacking right attackers up. So what's happening now is that his central defender's got Bundy pretty well covered. It's going to be pretty unlikely that Bundy gets free. So what you're going to want to do is, you don't want your defense too far back, because I suspect tradies. I think, yeah. And oh right, thing being recorded. Yeah, I'm useful with this. Yeah. So what I was saying was, you want your defenders basically to mark their players. None of this. You can't, if you set your defense too far back, tackling's not going to work. So as you can see from the tackle percentage, I mean, I have some pretty, 9 tackle, 10 tackle, and it's like 40%. I mean, that's just horrendous. Far better off trying to intercept the passes. And that's 4 times. So, beat OTT. No great achievement, but haha, I'm better than you. So that's probably about it. I've got no idea how well this is going to sync, so yeah. See ya. Oh, it's still going. Why is it? I have no idea how long. This is gonna sink. Please sink. When does this end? Ah, a few seconds left. Okay, see ya. Or not.